In the annals of Middle-earth's history, few bloodlines carried as much weight and destiny as that of Isildur, the legendary king who cut the one ring from Sauron's hand, yet ultimately failed to destroy it. Aragorn was not just a ranger, not just a potential king. He was the direct descendant of Isildur, the living embodiment of a royal legacy that had survived against impossible odds. The Númenórean civilization that preceded his lineage was not just advanced, it was transcendent. Blessed with lifespans stretching centuries, the Númenóreans represented humanity's potential at its absolute zenith. Their island kingdom was a marvel of architectural and maritime sophistication, with cities that seemed to defy natural laws and a cultural understanding that blended scientific knowledge with profound spiritual insight. Yet, with their greatness came hubris, leading to their downfall. The survivors, the faithful, carried this fractured legacy into the lands of Middle-earth, forging a new path in exile. Aragorn's bloodline was thus not only a beacon of greatness but a reminder of the perils of ambition unchecked by wisdom. Long before Aragorn drew his first breath, the Dúnedain existed as more than just a people. They were a living testament to survival, to hope, persistent in the face of overwhelming darkness. Descended from the great Númenórean civilization, they were not merely survivors, but guardians of a profound legacy that stretched across millennia. Their origins traced back to a time of unprecedented human potential. The island kingdom of Númenor had been a marvel of human achievement, a civilization that touched the very boundaries of mortal possibility. Blessed by the Valar, these people possessed lifespans that stretched far beyond ordinary human limits, with knowledge and capabilities that seemed almost magical to lesser kingdoms. But with their gifts came challenges, the slow erosion of unity and the ever-present threat of darkness. By the time of Aragorn's birth, the Dúnedain had dwindled in number, reduced to scattered bands of rangers wandering the wilds. Yet they remained steadfast, keeping the flame of their heritage alive even as their past glories faded into legend. Picture a world teetering on the edge of darkness, a world where hope is as fragile as a candle flame in a raging storm. Now imagine a single individual, not born into glory, but shaped by loss, tempered by struggle, and destined to become a legend that would reshape an entire world. This is the story of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, Isildur's heir, the last hope of a royal bloodline that had been hunted, hidden, and nearly extinguished. Close your eyes and see him, a man who spent decades hiding in plain sight, a protector moving like a phantom through the wilderness, carrying within his blood the last ember of a fallen kingdom. He was not a king waiting in a palace, but a warrior forged in the crucible of survival, a guardian who would protect those who would never know his name. The death of Arathorn was not just a personal tragedy, but a moment that would reshape the very destiny of a kingdom. On a crisp autumn morning, when young Aragorn was merely 2 years old, his father rode with a contingent of Dúnedain Rangers into the wild lands north of Rivendell. The mission was seemingly routine, a patrol to track a band of orcs that had been terrorizing isolated settlements. What followed, however, was a devastating ambush that claimed the life of one of the Dúnedain's most valiant leaders. Arathorn was more than a mere warrior. He was a symbol of hope for a nearly extinct royal lineage, a man who carried the weight of generations in his eyes. His skills were legendary among the Rangers, a perfect blend of elven grace and human determination. But on that fateful day, the unpredictability of wilderness warfare would prove merciless. Struck by a well-aimed arrow, he fell, leaving behind a legacy that would weigh heavily on the shoulders of his young son. Lord Elrond's decision to take young Aragorn into Rivendell was more than an act of protection. It was a calculated preservation of hope itself. The child was renamed Estel, meaning hope, a name that would become both his shield and his destiny. Here, in the elven refuge, the heir of Isildur would be hidden from those who would seek to destroy the last remnant of the royal line. But Rivendell was not just a sanctuary, It was a crucible where Aragorn's character was forged. Under Elrond's guidance, Aragorn learned the lore of Middle-earth, mastering languages, history and healing arts that would one day prove vital to his destiny. Aragorn's path was never simply about reclaiming a throne. It was a profound journey of self-discovery, of understanding the delicate balance between destiny and personal choice. Growing up in Rivendell, he lived with a constant internal conflict. The knowledge of his heritage was both a burden and a beacon. Each lesson from Lord Elrond was more than mere training. It was a careful preparation of a soul meant to bear an impossible weight. When he came of age, Elrond revealed Aragorn's true heritage, presenting him with the shards of Narsil, the Sword of Kings, and the Ring of Barahir, an ancient heirloom of his lineage. The revelation was both exhilarating and daunting. From that moment on, Aragorn's life became a balancing act between embracing his destiny and navigating the shadow of doubt that accompanied it. His heart was further tested when he met Arwen Undomiel, Elrond's daughter. Their love, profound and enduring, became another cornerstone of his transformation, a beacon of hope and a source of inner strength. The years as a ranger were not glamorous. They were a continuous test of character, of endurance. Aragorn and his fellow Dúnedain Rangers moved like phantoms through the wilderness, protecting communities that would never know their names. Their battles were rarely epic in scale, but monumental in significance. In the shadows, they became the first line of defense against the encroaching darkness. One such moment came during a winter so harsh, it seemed designed to break the spirit of any who dared survive. A small village, nestled in a valley vulnerable to orc raids, faced imminent destruction. Aragorn, leading a small contingent of rangers, prepared a defense that was more about strategy than overwhelming force. Using the terrain to their advantage, they created traps and diversions, allowing the villagers to escape before the orcs could strike. It was a victory that went unnoticed in the grand scheme of Middle-earth, but for those saved, it was nothing short of a miracle. His first true taste of battle came early, long before the War of the Ring would shake the foundations of Middle-earth. As a young ranger, barely past his youth, Aragorn encountered a band of orcs, terrorizing a small settlement in the wildlands between human territories. The encounter was brutal and swift. Where lesser warriors might have faltered, Aragorn moved with a precision that seemed almost supernatural, a dance of steel and survival that would become his hallmark. The Nazgul encounters were something else entirely. These were not mere battles, but cosmic confrontations that tested the very limits of human endurance. During one particularly harrowing encounter in the wilderness, Aragorn faced multiple Nazgul, creatures that were more shadow than substance, beings that fed on fear and represented the most terrifying manifestation of dark magic. Against such foes, Aragorn's courage and skill shone brightly, proving that even the darkest shadows could not extinguish the light of hope. The Council of Elrond was more than a political gathering. It was a pivotal moment that would reshape the future of Middle-earth. Here, Aragorn stepped forward, not as a hidden heir, but as a protector willing to risk everything. His journey alongside the Fellowship of the Ring was marked by trials that test his leadership, resolve and humanity. At the Battle of Helm's Deep and the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, Aragorn did more than fight. He demonstrated leadership that transcended traditional military tactics. When all seemed lost, his presence became a beacon, a reminder that resistance was not futile, that courage could transform seemingly impossible situations. His march to the Black Gate was a testament to his indomitable will, a final gamble to distract Sauron and give Frodo the chance to destroy the One Ring. The Dúnedain Rangers represented a unique philosophical approach to protection. They were not just warriors, but living bridges between different communities. Their knowledge extended far beyond combat. They were diplomats, healers, historians and guardians. Aragorn embodied this complex identity perfectly. His training went beyond physical combat, delving into languages, cultures, healing arts, and a deep understanding of the intricate political landscapes of Middle-earth. Where other potential rulers might have been raised in palaces, Aragorn was forged in the wilderness, learning the true meaning of leadership through direct, often painful experiences. His reign as King Elessar was characterized by unprecedented cooperation between different races, restoration of lands damaged by centuries of conflict, and governance that valued wisdom over military might. He oversaw the rebuilding of Gondor and Arnor, fostering alliances that would endure for generations. His marriage to Arwen symbolized the union of different peoples and the healing of ancient divisions. Aragorn ruled for 120 years, a testament to the extraordinary potential of his bloodline and the fulfillment of the promise that had been carried through generations since Isildur. His death, a peaceful passing in the manner of Númenórean kings of old, marked the end of an era, but left a legacy that would resonate for centuries. The royal bloodline was both a blessing and a challenge. Aragorn carried within him the genetic memory of generations, the triumphs and failures of Númenórean kings, the unresolved legacy of Isildur's fateful decision with the One Ring. This heritage was not just about lineage, but about a continuous process of redemption. Each choice Aragorn made was simultaneously a personal decision and a correction of historical mistakes. His eventual decision to support Frodo's mission to destroy the ring was, in many ways, a healing of an ancient wound. It was a testament to his strength of character that he chose humility and service over the lure of power. Aragorn's legacy is not just about the battles won or the kingdoms restored. It is about the fundamental human capacity for transformation. From a hidden child to a legendary king, his journey whispers an eternal truth, that within each of us lies the potential for extraordinary metamorphosis. Now, we turn to you, our incredible audience. What captured your imagination most about Aragorn's extraordinary journey? Was it his unbreakable spirit as a ranger? His deep connection to the Dúnedain? His transformative leadership? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Which moment of Aragorn's life resonated with you the most? What lessons of courage and transformation did you take away from his incredible story? If this tale of hope, resilience, and destiny has moved you, do us a favor, like this video. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Every legend is waiting to be told. Every hero's journey begins with a single step, and yours starts right here, right now. Until next time, keep believing in the extraordinary potential within you.